Good morning to all, and let me share the today class. As we, yes, I'm sorry I didn't even, I didn't take classes today due to some issue. So anyway, but it's okay. But we have enough time. Don't worry. Uh, as you know that last time, we were discussing about this scattering, right? And also we completed this and moved to the rotational dynamics. So scattering, in scattering, alpha scattering, Rutherford scattering, we discussed, and we discussed this, impact parameter. What is impact parameter, and how does it, help to find the nucleus? Rutherford is the only one scientist. He was actually, he discovered that there is a nucleus in which protons and neutrons are there. Because of that, the alpha particles are deviated from the nucleus, so they did not even go through the um nucleus. So with this experiment, Rutherford, discovered that there is a nucleus where the entire, mass is centralized or concentrated. And coming to the rotational kinematics. So as I mentioned last class, we were discussing about the what is the importance of the rotational kinematics, and of course it's very important in day-to-day life. Without rotational dynamics, we don't have anything to discuss. Like it's very important. Like when you discuss this, motors, something like whatever the rotation effect you can see, like solar system, planet system, like electrons revolving around the nucleus, fans, motors, everything. Whichever the whatever the system that you see, like rotating a system, we call it a rotational kinematics. Kinematics, rotational means the object is rotating around a specific point, a center. We call it rotational motion. I mean, there are a lot of examples you can see the blades of the aeroplane, fans, motors, electrical motors, a solar system, like planets, all they are rotating, right? Moon, Earth system, etc. What are the kinematic equations? You can see here. This is one of the even the disc. I mean, disc CD DVD disc also it rotate around the a point, right? So you can see that here uh, when you see here that this is discuss this center, from that you can the angle, you have to define the angle. So which object rotate is called angular displacement. So what is the angular displacement, sir? It is indicated by theta. So angular displacement is indicated by theta. So how do we get that? So you know that it has a one axis of rotation, right? Around that it just rotated, right? And every point the theta changes. Say it is a theta zero, it's a theta. So this is the reference you have to take essentially. With respect to this, if this rotate theta zero, and then with respect to this, if this is a theta, then the delta t theta is equal to what is that? Just theta minus theta 0. So this is actually displacement, right? So displacement is the angle. It's a kind of angle in a rotational motion, which the object rotate around a point. Okay, so this is about angular displacement. So coming to the as I mentioned this just now, so so you can see definitely angular displacement. Again, you can also say that when a rigid body, when a rigid body, rotate, you can see here, rotate about a fixed axis. This is axis of rotation. The angular displacement is the angle swept out by the line passing through any point on the body, intersecting the axis of rotation perpendicularly. So this is simple displacement. You can think about it. Okay. So when a rigid body is a rigid body. Anybody knows a rigid body? So rigid body or rigid object, the object in which the particles are fixed, they don't move. The object in which the particles or atoms are fixed. Okay, so this is a rigid body. So non-rigid bodies, the atoms can move, but rigid body like liquid, nana. Liquid is not a rigid body, right? Gas. Gas is not a liquid body, right? So both these are the non-rigid bodies. Whereas the solids, iron, whatever you think about it, those are the rigid bodies in which atoms are fixed in a particular location. Okay, so this is what definition of again displacement, angular displacement. So linear displacement, we saw that this is angular displacement. Angular, angular. So angular displacement is theta, linear displacement is s. We usually indicate. Okay. Moving into the, so the angular displacement is a positive if it is counterclockwise, negative if it is anti-clockwise. You guys already know this, right? If this direction is rotating, the object is rotating in this direction, we take a positive theta. If it is going a reverse direction, we take negative theta. So that is also important. Okay. So convention, if how do you know that? If the angular displacement is a positive, it should be counterclockwise. Negative clockwise direction. You should remember that. Okay, moving forward. So, but how do you calculate, sir? How do you calculate the angular displacement? So you guys know that angular displacement, it is indicate theta. And if you think about, this is the radius, right? This is the reference line, we take it as a radius, right? And this is the arc length, arc length. So arc length, if you think about S, and S by R is the theta. It's very important to remember, guys. How do you find the angular displacement? So it is defined as arc length S by radius R. Anything that you can think about it in this way. If fan is rotating, you should think about whatever the theta this is. This is, let us say, theta, and this is a radius, and then and theta is equal to L by R. Okay? Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
So you should know this. If someone asks you what is the definition of arc length, what is the definition of angular displacement? It is defined as the ratio of the arc length to the radial vector or radius, or it's when an object is rotating in a fixed around a fixed rotation axis, we can define as a angular displacement. Suppose you can see here, you can also see that, for suppose complete rotation is over. So object started from here and it went like this, right? For complete rotation of this object. So how do we get that theta? So what is angular displacement of, sir? If the object completed one revolution. So complete rotation is what is the total distance beta here? 2 pi r, right? For circle it's a 2 pi r by r. So r cancel, complete rotation. So displacement is how much it is?
2
360
pi.
degrees. 360 degrees or 2 pi radian.
2 pi.
So if the object only complete up to from year to year, so you should write it 2 pi r by 4 r cancel, and you're going to have pi by 2 or 90 degrees. So you know that this is 90 degrees. If the object completed half, you know that pi r by r cancel, it's over 80 degrees, right? So you all know this is the basic stuff. So now the question is, we have defined the angular, what do we need? Angular displacement, right? Which is actually arc length by r. Then I'm asking, what is the angular velocity? Angular velocity, which is indicated by omega. Rate of change of angular displacement is called angular velocity. Rate of change of angular displacement. So you have to here, it's a dt by dt. So rate of change of angular displacement. Is it clear? Students, is it clear? It's a rate of change of angular displacement. Idemo displacement. A displacement, angular displacement time దృష్ట్యా ఎట్లా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది అనేది angular velocity అవుతుంది. So angular velocity is defined as rate of change of angular displacement. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So how theta is changing with respect to time, that is indicates angular velocity. So now the question is angular acceleration. Sir, what is this? So angular acceleration. తెలుగు మీడియం స్టూడెంట్స్, ఇది వెరీ నాన్న, ఇదేమో కోణీయ స్థానభ్రంశము, కోణీయ వేగము, ఇక్కడ కోణీయ త్వరణం. సో angular acceleration అంటే ఏం చేస్తాము? This is indicated by alpha, which is actually d omega by dt. That means angular acceleration is the rate of change of angular velocity. Omega is the d theta by dt. Note down this. Okay, so we know that. So change in angular velocity means angular acceleration. Okay, so did you note down? Right, students, any doubts?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
So angular velocity, when I say, you should remember that rate of change of angular displacement అంటే కోణీయ స్థానభ్రంశంలోని మార్పు రేటు, కోణీయ వేగంలోని మార్పు రేటు ఏమవుతుంది? కోణీయ త్వరణం అవుతుంది. సో angular acceleration must be defined as a rate of change of angular velocity. Angular velocity defined as a rate of change of angular displacement. That's clear. So I'm going to clear. Can I clear it? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now the same one, average angular acceleration, change in angular velocity by elapsed time. So this is average acceleration, right? So average acceleration is indicated by, it's a change in angular velocity by elapsed time, d omega by dt. You already know this. This as I mentioned just now. So you can see here. So we usually, so this is simply angular acceleration is alpha, which is actually vector quantity. Change in angular velocity omega minus omega naught. Change in time is t minus t0. That is given delta omega by delta t or d omega by dt. That's it. So omega, this term is omega. Omega. Okay, read later. So, what are the units of angular acceleration? It's like a normal nana. Acceleration ki ek untai beta, a ki meter per second square. So alpha it become simple radian per second square. Why? Because here meter means displacement. Displacement we indicate with the theta. Theta is radians. So velocity, you know that meter per second, but omega radians per second. This is a very simple differences between the linear velocity, angular velocity, linear acceleration, angular acceleration. Any doubts? Student, any doubts?
No, sir.
Right, thank you. So now we can see here. So things, did you see anything here? Did you see this equation before? Have you guys seen these equations?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What are
sir.
the equations? These are
Sir.
the equations of
5 kinetic variables.
kinetic equations of motions, right?
Right.
Like some people maybe would have learned in different way. Some people maybe learn it different way. U V is equal to U plus AT, right? S is equal to UT plus half AT square, right? V square minus U square is equal to 2AS.
Yes.
Sn is equal to, what is that? U plus n minus half into A. So these are the equations you would have seen in the intermediate level. So here
Yes, sir.
U is initial velocity, V is final velocity, A is acceleration, T is time. S is the distance. I think all terms, this is nth second distance. So here the same equation I'm writing. It's not a different. So here I'm taking like a U is equal to V naught, like initial velocity. V is final velocity. So final velocity equal to U plus AT. And we discussed this in the freely falling body cases, vertically projected upward, all this intermediate. So I don't want to spend A is equal to G freely falling, A is equal to minus G in case of vertically projected upward. పైకి వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు మైనస్ అవుతుంది కిందికి వచ్చినప్పుడు ప్లస్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఆల్రెడీ వి డిస్కస్డ్ ఇన్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ లెవెల్. సో ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు రిపీట్ ఇట్ అగైన్. So I mean the same equation I'm writing here. So ఇక్కడ this equation indicates here ut plus half at square. But how we got this one, sir? Ante it's kind of like he substituted a value here. So this equation almost same, but you can get this one only by like let me clear and show that. So how do we get this equation, sir? So S is equal to ut plus, but from here I can write it as don't just mute yourself. Okay, so from here I can write A is equal to V minus V naught by T, right? So from here I can write this one. So I mean U we are writing like a V naught, that's fine. S is equal to V naught T plus of V minus V naught by T t square. 1t and t cancel. Here we're going to get v naught t plus half v minus v naught into t. So both t is common. So you can take t common. So v naught plus half v minus v naught by 2. You're going to get ఈ రెండింటిని మనం సపరేట్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది v/2 minus plus v0 by 2. So this is going to be t of v plus v0 by 2. So we got this one. It's a very simple relation. Is it clear how we got this one?
Yes, sir.
It's a very basic intermediate level. So this is also, if you break this set, v square minus v0 square is equal to 2as, but we can write x also. So all this is very basic equations. Anyway, thank you. So let me clear this. So now the question is, these are the kinematic equations, right? But how about what happened these equations in the rotatory motion? That's our next question. Oh, sorry. What happened? Let me stop and share it again. What happened? Wait, I think some, I don't know why it's not sharing, but I think yes. Yeah, as you know that, let us know. There's some issues going on. I don't know why, but okay, right. You can see here, what are these? So these are the equations in what? In a rotatory motion. These are the equations in, so equations of motion in rotatory motion. So equations of rotational kinematic, equations of rotational kinematic for a constant acceleration. This is a very important bit for the competitive exams. So when these equations are applicable, so you should know that constant angular acceleration. Okay, so same like whatever we got before, these are the linear equations, like linear kinematics. So we are substituting v is equal to omega, right? A is equal to alpha. That's it. These two things we are changing. So omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t, right? And v naught equal to omega naught. That's it. So now theta is equal to 1/2 omega naught plus omega into t. Just now we got this one. S is equal to 1/2 v plus v naught into t. And you know that v square minus is equal to v naught square plus 2as. So here S is equal to theta beta. S is equal to theta. So A is equal to alpha and V is equal to omega, right? So linear velocity, angular velocity, linear acceleration, angular acceleration, linear displacement, angular displacement. Is it clear? Right? Linear velocity, angular velocity. Linear displacement, angular displacement. Linear acceleration, angular acceleration. You just need to substitute this in order to get these equations. Any doubts? Students?
No, sir.
No doubts?
No, sir.
Oh, great. So let me clear this. And you already know this last equation too. S is equal to V naught T plus 1 by 2 AT square. And you're just substituting omega naught T, S is theta plus 1 by 2 alpha T square. Very easy. You just need to do that. Okay. Angular velocity. Yeah, I just want to show this. Angular velocity, angular displacement, time. So now, what are this? So here I am going to show you. Here you can see here. What is this? Velocity equal to displacement by time, right? Velocity, translational velocity beta, ante normal velocity, displacement by time, we already know this. But as I mentioned, displacement, angular displacement should be equal to S by R, S by arc length by radius. So from this, S is equal to R theta. You have to remember this. S is equal to R theta. So when I substitute this here, what I'm gonna get? R theta by T. Then I got R is, when I keep R here, theta by omega. What theta by omega? Theta by T. Theta by T is what? Omega. Displacement by angular displacement by time, which is angular velocity. We got this one. Some people ask how we got this V is equal to R omega derivation. It's very simple, beta. With this diagram itself, you get it. So simple, you should define the translation velocity equal to S by T, where S is equal to R theta from the figure. And when you substitute that, theta by T, and this will be equal to R omega. Very nice. And the units are radians per second. Okay. So can I assume that you understand everything? Yes, my dear students.
Sir.
I hope you understand. Any doubt? ఎవరన్నా అర్థం కాని వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా ఇంకా?
No, sir.
మిగతా వాళ్ళు అన్న ఇంకెవరన్నా ఉంటే చెప్పాను, టైం ఇస్తున్నాను అంతే. జస్ట్ వన్, దట్స్ ఇట్. If I don't receive any comments from anyone, I would assume that you understand. ఇంకా ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా బేటా?
సార్ వన్స్ ఒకసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయరా?
అదే ఇప్పుడు అదే చెప్తున్నా కదా. సో వెలాసిటీ అంటే డెఫినేషన్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ బై టైం. అవునా? తెలుసా? ఇది తెలుసా కనీసము? వెలాసిటీ అంటే డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ బై టైం. ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ నుంచి మనకు ఇందాక నేర్చుకున్నాం యాంగులర్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్కి. యాంగులర్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ అంటే ఇది. సో దట్ కెన్ బి డిఫైన్డ్ యాజ్ ఆర్క్ లెంత్. ఎంతైతే లెంత్ ఉంటుందో ఇది ఐఎస్ బై ఈ రేడియస్. సో దీని నుంచి ఏమొస్తుంది? సో ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు గెట్ ఎస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఆర్ థీటా, రైట్?
Yes, sir.
From this, so you just need to substitute that r theta by t. But theta by t is what?
Omega.
Omega. Why? Because it's a velocity, like a displacement by time. But here angular displacement, so we are keeping omega. That's it. Very simple.
R into omega.
That's it. Okay. So omega is equal to, definition is theta by t. Sometimes we write d theta by dt because this is a small change. Both are same. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Right. Done. Wow. Movie. ఎలా ఉంది? Did you understand? Anything is going? Is it interesting? All right. It's kind of, you can see these are the skate wheels. You might have seen the skate wheels, right? Did you see that skates? I don't know whether you have seen, but you can see that skates. The skater, how he does. The tangential speed of a point on the outer edge of a tire is equal to the speed of a car over the ground. So this is actually relation between the linear velocity, angular velocity. Both are not equal. It depends upon the radius that the wheel is moving. Okay, it depends on the radius. If the radius is increasing, what happened? If radius is decreasing, what happened? So now the question, sir, car fast ga veltada, lorry fast ga veltada anedi, this also depends on the radius, right? So if r increasing ante emotundi, the moment of inertia increase avutundi, ante mass distribution increase avutundi. సో అప్పుడు వెలాసిటీ డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. సో రేడియస్ మనకు డెఫినెట్గా తక్కువ ఉంటే స్పీడ్ ఎక్కువగా వెళ్తుంది. అదొకటి గుర్తుంచుకో. దిస్ మే సీన్ కన్ఫ్యూజింగ్, బట్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ 2 ways to explain here. Since the arc length, as I mentioned before, theta అనేది చెప్పాను కదా, ఇది ఆర్క్ లెంత్ అయితే s, the theta అయితే definition s by t. S by t is velocity, right? It's normal velocity. But when you have the r theta by t, this is going to r omega, because here s is the r theta. That's, you have to remember it. Secondly, the speed of any point on the tire is relative to the axle, not the road. స్పీడ్ దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది? దాని యాక్సిల్, రిలేటివ్ టు యాక్సిల్. ఎంత ఇప్పుడు ఫ్రిక్షన్ మీద, స్మూత్ గా ఉందా రోడ్డు, రఫ్ గా ఉందా, దోస్ ఆర్ ద ఫ్యాక్టర్. ఓకే, a point at the top of the rotation, okay, will be moving at twice velocity relative to the road, while the point on the tire. So ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్, ఇక్కడ మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోవాలండి, a point at the top of rotation will be moving twice speed, twice the velocity relative to the road while point on the tire. So ఇక్కడికి చేంజ్ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకు సార్? ఇక్కడ వెలాసిటీకి చేంజ్ ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ వెలాసిటీ ట్వైస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకు సార్ అంటే ఇది డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అవుతుంది. రేడియస్, ఇక్కడ రేడియస్ స్మాల్ రేడియస్ ఉంటుంది. యాజ్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ రేడియస్, డెఫినెట్ గా వెలాసిటీ డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. The velocity is more at this bearings. The bearings are available here. So the speed at bearings is much higher than the speed at tire, which contact with the road. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So hence average velocity of any point on the tire will be this. So ఇక్కడ వెలాసిటీకి డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకు ఉంటుందంటే ఇది మొత్తం మనకి ఇక్కడ రేడియస్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు దాని యొక్క మాస్ కూడా వేరియబుల్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది, కాబట్టి స్పీడ్కు మొత్తం డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అవ్వాలి, కాబట్టి తగ్గిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడ మాత్రం ఎక్కువ స్పీడ్ ఉంటుంది కంపేర్ టు ఇక్కడ, ట్వైస్ ఆఫ్ దాట్. యాక్చువల్లీ నోట్స్లు రాసుకోవాలి బెట్ట, ఉట్టిగా వినడం పాడేయడం కాదు, గుర్తుంచుకోండి. మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారో, నేనైతే యూట్యూబ్లో కూడా కంప్లీట్ క్లాసెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆల్ క్లాసెస్ ఐఎమ్ అప్లోడింగ్ ఇన్ ద యూట్యూబ్. Whenever you want to write notes, you can also use the YouTube అండ్ బేసికలీ ఆ యూట్యూబ్లో ఏం చేస్తారంటే మీరు అక్కడ పౌజ్ చేసి నోట్స్ రాసుకోండి ప్రతి స్లైడ్ మీద. ఓకే, దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ డోంట్ వేస్ట్ టైం. నేర్చుకుంది పర్ఫెక్ట్ నేర్చుకోండి. Right. So acceleration, as already discussed, beta, you know that acceleration of vehicle can be analyzed in similar fashion as a linear tangential. We already say A is equal to d omega by dt, beta. Definition according to the angular acceleration is alpha, right? Angular acceleration alpha is equal to rate of change of omega. So d by dt, what is omega? R omega. What is R? Okay. What is that? V is equal to R omega. Omega is equal to V by R. So when I substitute here, what happened? D by dt, d by dt, V 1 by R. Okay. And this is going to be, what is this? dv by dt. I think let me clarify again. So how we got this one? I is I alpha. This is we're gonna get. Okay. So acceleration is equal to dv by dt, right? dv by dt. This is normal velocity, normal acceleration beta, rate of change of velocity. But v is equal to what we have? R omega, or d by dt, R omega. But R you can pull it out, or you can bite this koste dv by d omega by dt. ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది బేటా? ఇది ఆల్ఫా అవుతుంది. ఆల్ఫా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు d omega by dt. సో ఇది, సో మనకేమొచ్చింది ఇప్పుడు? A is equal to R alpha వచ్చింది. ఇది కూడా important equation to remember. So did we get this? Did you understand? First you take this definition and substitute this V is equal to R omega and you get this. Why? Because d omega by dt అనేది మనకు alpha definition నేర్చుకున్నాం. d omega by rate of change of angular velocity. Any doubts?
No, sir.
So very Upendra, it's very simple. ముందు మీకు ఏం తెలవాలి? యాక్సిలరేషన్ డెఫినేషన్ తీసుకుంటాము, దాంట్లో వెలాసిటీ ప్లేస్లో యూ జస్ట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ దిస్, అండ్ ఆర్ ఈజ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ రేడియస్ ఈజ్ కాన్స్టెంట్, రైట్? ఆర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఏ వేరియబుల్. ఆర్ ఫిక్స్డ్గా ఉంది కాబట్టి ఆర్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది, ఆర్ని బయటకు తీసుకొస్తాం. సో డి ఒమేగా బై డిటి, వేర్ దిస్ ఈజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ యాంగులర్ యాక్సిలరేషన్, వి గాట్ దిస్ వన్. దట్స్ ఇట్. So I think the basic concepts, I guess I cover it. I'm gonna discuss, one more. I think I have a time. I think over, but last just few seconds. Did you complete attendance, all of you? Any? Is there anyone there who did not attendance?
No,
So please.
Completed, sir.
Yeah. So linear momentum. We know that linear momentum is product of the mass and velocity, right? There is a momentum called angular momentum, which is actually what? What is the angular momentum? So people say MVR, that's it, right? MVR. How do we got it? How we got this one? So MVR, and this is a linear momentum, this is the angular momentum. And there is one more thing. We know that F is equal to, I'm just giving the, linear and rotational, comparing. So force is defined as a dp by dt, which means rate of change of linear momentum. But torque in this case of rotational motion, what you can write? dl by dt.
Sir,
yes.
అటెండెన్స్ లింక్ ఒకసారి పంపించండి సార్.
అక్కడ పోస్ట్ చేయండి, స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎవరైనా పోస్ట్ చేయండి, మళ్ళీ కాపీ పేస్ట్ చేసి చాట్ బాక్స్ లో. ఓకేనా ఉపేందర్? యూ కెన్ పోస్ట్ ఇట్. If you have any trouble, I'll post it. Let me know. So force is this one. Force is dp by dt, and torque is dl by dt. See similarities, how similar? Only we are replacing p by l, we are getting the torque. Here force. So force to torque are similar, kind of. Force are similar, acting similar, and p and l are acting similar. This is a rotational dynamics, this is a linear dynamics. If this is equal to 0, momentum is conserved, momentum is constant. If this is equal to 0, L is constant or L is conserved. So momentum is conserved, angular momentum is conserved. So torque 0 అవుతుందంటే, torque 0 అంటే rotational లేదు, rotation లేదంటే angular momentum is conserved. అంటే change in లేదు, ఉంది. Angular momentum is there, but there is no change. Constant గా ఇప్పుడు ఎలక్ట్రాన్ న్యూక్లియస్ చుట్టూ కాన్స్టెంట్ గా తిరుగుతా ఉంది కాబట్టి అప్పుడు there is no change in angular momentum కాబట్టి, so angular momentum is conserved. Okay, I think this is enough for today class, and I think I'm gonna bring very important equations next class. Moment of inertia, and especially these equations are very useful for your inertia tensor, spinning top, and I'm going to discuss this spinning top long answer. Sometimes they're asking long answers, spinning top, Euler equations. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss this. Okay, so if you have any comments, if you have any questions, please let me know. If not, I'm gonna close the session. Any doubts, please?
No, sir.
Aishwarya, you don't have any doubt? Can I ask you a question?